Hey everybody, who killed Jesus? The Romans killed Jesus. Full stop. That's the end of the story. That is the only historically plausible reconstruction of the end of Jesus' life. The Gospels contain a lot of historically plausible accounts of Jesus' life and death. It also has some implausibilities in it. What is plausible is that the message that we see Jesus preaching in the Gospels would be understood by the Roman state to constitute attempting to foment insurrection and rebellion, which would qualify Jesus not only for execution, but for execution by crucifixion, which was generally reserved for insurrectionists and rebels. What is historically plausible is that Pilate would execute Jesus, that Pilate would find him guilty of fomenting insurrection or rebellion and have him crucified. What is historically implausible is that Pilate would seek out, much less be overruled by, the will of the Jewish people during this time period regarding Jesus' fate. It is also entirely implausible that there was some tradition of just arbitrarily releasing prisoners on Jewish holidays, and specifically prisoners who were accused of fomenting insurrection and rebellion. That is a literary creation, and it serves a rhetorical function, because Barabbas would mean son of the Father, and there's even a manuscript that calls him Jesus Barabbas, and this is a way to literarily say, these Jewish people picked the wrong Jesus, son of the Father. They condemned the real Jesus, son of the Father. So when we look at what is historically plausible and what is historically implausible, the data very clearly point to the exoneration of Pilate and the laying of the blame for Jesus' execution at the feet of the Jewish people as a later elaboration, almost certainly arising from Jewish people who accepted Jesus as their anticipated Messiah, growing increasingly upset with and antagonistic towards Jewish people who rejected Jesus as their anticipated Messiah. It is an anti-Semitic trope, and it should be avoided by people today who care about the data.